Do you have a workers' compensation case that's coming to an end and you want to know, how can I get a lump sum of money when I settle? Well, stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can get a lump sum of money. Hi, I'm Naomi from Gonzalez Law, Legal Insights from California Attorneys. Today we're talking about how can I get a lump sum of money when I settle. Now there's 3 ways. The first 2 have to do with the stipulation with request for award. Now, if you remember, we had a video before that discussed stipulation with request for award in detail. In that video, we talked about how you normally do not get a lump sum amount. Instead, the payments are done bi-weekly until they're all paid out and then they stop. And that's normally what happens. However, there's 2 exceptions. The first one is if your permanent and stationary date took place a long time in the past. Now, sometimes this happens when, for whatever reason, the time from when you're permanent and stationary to the time your settlement is finalized is a long period of time. And this usually happens when one or both sides are fighting over the report. So if you're settling and it's been a long time since you're permanent and stationary, that first check you get will be the time from your permanent and stationary date all the way until present. Either if you have a long period of time or a small permanent disability rating, you might get that amount of money all together in a lump sum. Now, if you have either a smaller period of time or a larger permanent disability amount, then what you're going to get is a lump sum from the permanent and stationary date until present. It'll catch you up, and then the payments will continue bi-weekly until they're all paid out and then they stop. To get that kind of lump sum, you don't need to do anything. It will happen automatically. The second type of lump sum requires a lot of effort on your part. You have to file a petition for commutation of future payment, and that has to be for a good cause. It cannot just be that you feel like having the money sooner. This petition for commutation was taken from a real case where one of my clients has given me permission to use their documents in this video. His reason is he needed this commutation due to his financial condition. Unfortunately for him, he had used up all his resources during the litigation of the case. So to avoid the bankruptcy, he needed to have this commutation at once. Now, your reason for needing a commutation lump sum may not be the same as his. In fact, yours may not be nearly as significant as that. But as long as you can show good cause as to why this commutation should take place, there's a good chance the judge will grant your request. In this petition, you're going to need to include a few things. 1 is the petition for commutation. 2, verification, and you will need to sign that under penalty of perjury. 3, the commutation request sheet is the sheet that is given to the DEU unit who will be doing the actual commutation calculations, which are very complicated. Lastly, you need to serve all the parties, which you show a proof of service. If you are representing yourself, you do not need a complicated proof of service. There is a sample one in the court website. I will put the link as to how to do this commutation petition in the description below. Now, if you're able to get a lump sum and your stipulation, why doesn't everybody do it? Why aren't all attorneys pushing for it? The reason is, if you do the commutation, your money is going to be reduced. You're going to get present dollar value of future money. So for example, if they were to pay you out bi-weekly until everything's paid out, they would have that money in their bank or invested, however they're doing it, over a period of time, and they'd be able to make interest or other ways make money off of that. And that is a very complicated calculation, and that's why the DEU unit does perform it. To give you an idea of what that calculation looks like, here's the commutation of the case we were discussing. As you can see, it is very complicated and hard to read, and this is the resulting order granting the petition for commutation. And as you can see, he got just over $20,000. To give you an idea of how much an amount can be reduced, in this particular case, he should have got 90 weeks. That comes out to between a year and a half and 2 years. In those 90 weeks, he should have been paid out $26,000. If you have a much larger amount of permanent disability that's going to be paid out over a longer period of time, then that $6,000 will actually probably be a lot more for you. So normally people do not do this unless there is really a great need for it. They cannot survive financially without it. All of this is general information. If you need information specific to your case, go ahead and text this consult and we'll be very happy to discuss that with you. We at Gonzalez Law have a mission to empower clients everywhere through education on the legal process. Please support us in our mission by liking this video so more people can be empowered. The third way that you can get a lump sum of money is if you settle by compromise and release. Compromise and release, a CNR, is a lump sum clean break type of settlement, and it is the most common type of settlement in workers' compensation. I go into great detail on that type of settlement in this video right here. Also, this video, what to expect once settlement has begun. Thank you. Bye. I will put the link in the description to the description